Oh, that does not work. Okay. Did I do that? I'll fix that. Sorry, Bjorn. Where is it? Oh. Oh yeah, it's because in French it's community. Like it's a U. Yeah. Okay. Oh, can I change that? No. Settings. Community. All right. Should be changed, but you have to reload the page. All right. Oh my god, please. Oh, I have to change it twice? All right, all right. I've only seen the first one. Wait. No, but thank you. Sup, Vision? Welcome to stream. It will start in not too long.
Back. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
sup,
ready.
Delro.
Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem. So I
Real
let you
life.
open your shit and we start.
Yes, I got mine started
Okay.
ish.
So I found like, yeah, there was some issues. with streaming Discord, but I found that just opening like a web page with Discord to like go in channels without playing
Oh,
with Discord is like the right way to do it.
that works. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, this this works as well. Here we are. Episode 6, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, episode 6 of the CRPG podcast. CRPG Time now. What I
Hmm.
decided we should
It
call it.
is like, yeah, happy hour time. It will be CRPG time. All right.
I like calling it CRPG Time, but I don't know. If you have a better suggestion for a name, or the chat does, we can call it whatever.
We can name the podcast that CRPG time now.
I like that.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready as I'll ever be. I one day we'll be famous enough that we'll have like hairdressers and stuff, and like I'll have people to take care of my kids. But today I had to do all that stuff. I had to have dinner. I had to, you know, take out trash, errands, all that stuff. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience, though. I appreciate you.
It's all right.
All right,
So,
sweet.
yeah, we had some subject, especially talking about players retention. If you want to talk about that
Yeah,
with
so I mean
me.
that's a hot topic lately in the last month or two. People are noticing, especially on European servers and in Asia, just people leaving in droves. NA doing well, but we also, well, not well, but better. But we also have less players throughout the day. I mean,
Yeah,
outside of
on the side
happy
of
hour.
battle,
Yeah,
we're doing better, but it's still not that great.
yeah,
Uh,
no. I mean, it. How do you get not only new players to come and try the game and stay, but also old players to stick around? Um, I think that the problem is multi-pronged. But go ahead with your thoughts first. I don't like to hear
well,
what you think.
first, I think we lost a lot of players at the beginning of CRPG. For NA and EU, that was the same issues. Like we had a lot of server issues, and that really killed the mood for most people. And it was like the best time to get new players because it was fresh and new. Now it's just like an influx that is like more regular.
Yeah.
Uh, well, it is what it is. Um, but I think at this point, like the mod is really, it's great. Um, it has some flaws, but we really need to put some work into getting people in the game by doing publicities, or I don't know what we should do. I know with the devs we talk about maybe using some of the money from the donation um, for publicities, but it didn't went too far. Uh, and I'm not sure like changing the mechanics of the game will get so much players than than some players think it will. But it's still something we can try, like just getting closer to native in the combat aspect. Like maybe I don't know exactly. I didn't play native myself.
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't played much, especially in Bannerlord of the native multiplayer or single player.
yeah.
Back in Warband, I played a ton of single player. So when I came to CRPG, I at least had, some feel for how it should feel and what was different in CRPG. And
Mhm.
to be honest, I liked the changes that were brought to CRPG 1. The way it is now, I mean, mechanically, I don't know. There are some issues with the game. I definitely think there's, as uh things have changed further from native, um certain things have gotten wonky, but I think that's just like beta issues. I mean, this is still technically kind of alpha
We're
beta. I
still in
mean, we're
beta
we're
since
testers. We're game testers basically.
like it's
Everybody who plays
forever.
this.
Okay, it's not ending.
Yeah, I mean, and welcome to, live service games for the last 15 years, right? I mean, that's
Right.
basically every video game that's come out since World of Warcraft um, has been constantly patched and updated and changed. Like, all the time. That's part of the appeal, I think, and the draw to it. Because it used to be you'd buy a game, you'd beat it, and you'd be done with it. Or
Hmm.
you play the multiplayer, you play against each other, but eventually it gets old. But like now they can constantly update and change. The nice thing in CRPG is they're always adding new content, new maps, new like, and it's still in beta, but we're adding new stuff. Um,
Hmm.
so I think that that is something that can draw people or get them to stick around. But if they're not looking at it in the first place, then they're never going to see that.
Yeah, I think
So
we just need to like have publicities for the mod, not the game itself, because like it's at this point it's like another game completely. It's not even close.
yeah,
Um, and another thing that I can like understand is that maybe for players that comes from Bannerlord and bought Bannerlord to play that game in the first place, when they try the mod, they're really alienated because it just feels different. Um, I know we lost some players because of that. Uh, so I don't know what we can do about that. Maybe we could try some new things like getting closer to the combat feel of native, but like still trying to keep our uniqueness. But we'll
yeah,
see what we can do with that because we're pretty far into it. And there's a vision too.
yeah.
So
There definitely is a vision behind it, and I think Namadaka has good ideas. And I think what he's done with it, I mean, I like it. It to me, and I've described it before as like Super CRPG 2 Turbo. It's like the hyper fighting edition. Like
right.
it's faster, it's meaner, it's everything about it is turned up to 11, and I think
I
that's
mean, if it's
cool.
only for me, CRPG 2 is even better than CRPG 1, but like maybe not everyone will agree with that. But I
I
feel
wouldn't I wouldn't
for
disagree myself. I like it, but I know that my memory of the first one is tainted by like nostalgia too,
oh yeah, there's a lot of it.
and like tons of inebriation. I would just be out of it in the middle of the night playing that game, so I was just immersed. And
Hmm.
now I play this more consciously, more competitively. I think that it does hit the esport thing that Tail Worlds was trying originally to go for and failed so badly at. I think this hits it better because it creates personalities. It creates like a WWE style like
Oh
characters,
yeah, yeah.
All of
It's
us
not
all
just freestyle fighting. It's like
no,
it's even
every
more.
player has built up their champion, and we've all
Yeah.
and that can be super intimidating to new players or even returning ones. People who played a year ago and then come back, they're getting their ass kicked by you riding around on a horse or somebody who. But at the same time, it's not impossible for them to get that back. Like once a CRPG player, I think always a CRPG player, and
Yeah.
given a little bit of time and practice, I think that could hook anybody in. But it's a matter of getting them that initial, return. And I think events, like you were saying, would be a good way to do that. I mean, I like the idea of a tournament, um, like a clan tournament or something, maybe with some rewards. Um,
I'd love to see like some skirmish games
Skirmish games would be
because
awesome. Yeah,
you have so much free will on how you want to build your team with all the tools to build each characters and like it can be very interesting.
yeah. I mean, you could have like, I could easily see somebody, one clan fielding a bunch of archers, and
Yeah,
against a bunch of
I
cav, and
mean
then
they
see
get
what happens.
wrecked by a like a shielder team, but
It depends. Yeah. Well,
you can min max and
right.
change things around and
Well, and they
like
can
it
even
really
swap it
depends on
between.
who you're playing against too.
Right.
So
Well, and they could go back and forth between rounds, change up their team comps. It would be like in if you watch like League of Legends matches, sometimes the first round get
oh
is
yeah,
a
they
total
switch
stomp
players.
because they have like a really good friggin' composition, and then they react to that. The coach on the other team like switches it up, and they're like, okay, they played, this 80 carry heavy comp, so now we're gonna do something to counter that. And I see that. I see the potential for that. And that could be exciting. That could really get people, you know, interested. Now, in my chat, Max is saying that he thinks having a sponsored stream by some well-known streamer would expose the game to new players, and I think that's definitely a good point. We saw what happened with Asmongold, and
Mhm.
James mentions that when he just played PE and native,
Yeah.
it was a huge boost, right? And people hearing about Bannerlord at all. Um, but still, yeah, most gamers, like James said, don't even know about Mountain Blade, and that's true. I've talked to people who are hardcore nerdy ass video gamers, and they've never tried this
They
game.
have no idea what
Yeah,
that game
and they
is.
would
Like
love
all
it
my
too.
friends don't even know about that game, which is
Right.
kind of weird, but yeah. And they play a lot of games. I have one message from someone is it's Atobi. Sorry if I butchered your name. They're saying, could you hire a cutter to give them some money, or is that against the mudding rules? No, it's not against the mudding rules. The problem with it is that we've tried to look at it and how much it costs, and it's impossible. Like, but the donation we have, it's like not even close. Uh,
Mm.
that will be too
Wait, to
hard.
do what?
Like to hire someone like a cutter.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
to get
we
extra
looked at it
coders.
and it costs a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it
So
does.
it's
I
not
mean, well,
sadly not even an option. We really have to like just have people passionate about
entry
the
level
project.
coders are 30 grand a year. I mean, that's a full salary, and none of us, most of us hardly even make that ourselves. So if you want to pay the bills, like, yeah, I mean, it would need, if we really wanted this to be its own thing, its own standalone game, it would need investors, it would need crowdfunding, it
Mhm.
would need a Kickstarter or something, and
At this
no.
point, I don't even know if Bannerlord would be agreeing with that, but I
Oh,
will.
no, Tail Worlds would not like that, but you
Yeah.
could start from the ground up and make something similar. But right now, yeah, I know they had said that donations only go to server costs, and they want to keep it that way because that's the agreement, right? That's
Yeah.
we know where our money is going. Um, they did say that they're open to figuring out changing that, but I don't know what all that would take. Probably contacting every individual donor and
Oh, we'd
making
have
sure
to,
that's
yeah.
okay and figuring out what we're going to spend it, what it's going to be spent on.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it probably wouldn't be able to hire somebody or pay anybody's salary. I mean, but maybe it could go towards, I don't know,
I mean,
hosting.
donation that has been made is donation still, but like it will change for future donors. So
Okay.
we'd have to update, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, but the money we already have, I guess we have to stick to what we said and
Yeah.
only use it for server cost.
Right. Which
Yeah.
are also expensive from what I understand. I mean,
Mhm.
hosting these
Well,
servers
it
is
is
quite a bit.
it is, yeah. That's why
And
we can't like
yeah,
engage someone to, and there's multiple things.
what especially hurts is that that we have this money donated for these servers to keep them up and open all day long, and in each region they're only being used like 4 hours at a time. Like
Yeah, that's hard.
that sucks.
But
Yeah.
we do need to, like, we can't just get the server only running for like 4
I
hours and
know. Yeah, if you
pay
could
only
do a
for the four
part-time
hours
server.
because it doesn't work like that. But
No, it does not. But yeah, that, it would behoove us to have more players and have more people on the servers to make that worth it.
Mhm.
First of all, and also to draw more people maybe to donate, because if we had a bigger player base that were willing to,
Hey, it just snowball.
yeah, it would snowball, and if more people were interested in the mod and playing the mod, or playing a game like this, they'd be interested in a Kickstarter to make something standalone, one day. Like I've said before, there is a team that already exists to make this game. It just needs to be paid. I mean, we could work from where we are already. Just nobody can do it full time right now. Our coder, what do we have, like one coder? Like Droob is like the only
Oh, we have multiple.
we
Yeah.
do, but I mean,
Yeah, they don't all work as much as Drew.
yeah, but
I'm
they
not
have
too
their own
sure. I'm not too
jobs.
sure about
Right.
how much
We
they work. But yeah.
we would need, I mean, it would take a lot to really focus and make this game, mechanically as stable as we want it. What we have right now though is a miracle. I kind of can't believe that it exists in the form that it does already, and it's so much fun to play already. I mean, we can log in anytime and play. It's just a matter of if there's
Mhm.
people around. Um, I will say that I did find yesterday there was nobody on NA servers at all, and I went
Oh, at
in
the beginning of
DTV
happy hours, or
before then. It was
okay,
like I think it was like 5:30 or something, 5:30 Eastern, maybe 6 o'clock.
yeah, that's
I
the
don't know.
usual.
There was nobody there, and I went on DTV by myself. And before like 15, 20 minutes, there was suddenly like 20 people because there was one person. So if only one person is sitting in a server, before long, somebody will see that and be like, "Oh, there's somebody playing," and then they'll jump in, and all of a sudden we had 20, and it was like, there it is. It's like
Mhm.
you can bring the population yourself just by having a little patience. Like, I didn't have to do much. I just played against bots by myself for like a few minutes. I think it was before like 2 or 3 minutes, there was another player in there, and then all of a sudden there was 20.
Yeah,
You know?
it doesn't take much. Just need someone to get in the server and try to start it,
Yeah,
and normally it gets somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, I have someone that says in the chat, we need a hype man for the team in the team to help CRPG get some popularity. I guess we had James back
James
then.
is
James
it? Yeah, James.
Baker
Oh,
was
sure.
like very good at it in CRPG one at the end of when the mud died. I remember he was making team communities and like trying to get everyone on. But I guess he doesn't have as much time right now. Um, sure, like having people like in the team only doing that could be very cool. Um, I guess like we could open some spot in the team to have people do things that we don't do right now. So like an hype man, like you're saying, or
Like, man, in marketing, right?
I guess yeah, marketing team.
Mhm.
People that just try to get others to play from other platforms. I
Community
don't know.
outreach. Um,
Yeah, I
I
guess
think,
that will be discussed or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
As far as I know, too, the game Bannerlord is on Game Pass, right? Like PC Game Pass. So
it is. Yeah.
if you have that, which a lot of people do, um, some people have that without even knowing it. They pay for the
Wait,
platinum and they just play on their Xbox.
does it
Um,
work on Game Pass? Because I don't know if you can download mods.
I don't think you can do it on a console, but I believe that if you have the PC version of Bannerlord on Game
Mhm.
Pass, I think I don't see why it wouldn't work. Although I might be wrong, and it
I
might
don't
not
know if
work.
they have to own the game or like they can just do it on the Battle Pass because the Battle Pass is just you don't own the game.
Well,
I
yeah, but
don't
you
know if you
download
can
it still.
modify
You
it.
still download the files, right? Like,
Really? Okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's true. You're right. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you can mod. You should be able to mod it as long as it lets you access those files. I know Windows is weird about hiding stuff that you play through the Xbox Game Service. Sometimes it like tries to hide away the files, but there's probably some way to modify it and get them to work. I'm not sure. I thought I had seen somebody had gotten it
No,
to work.
I think you're right. I think it's working.
But if
I
that
don't
were
know.
easier to
I don't have
access, I
anyone
feel
to.
like that could be huge for drawing players because people would try the game without having to pay for it. They don't have to
Mhm.
pay whatever $60. And that's the other thing I wanted to bring up is that Bannerlord 2 is still, or Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord is still $60 on Steam. That's like
Uh,
full ass price, Like I
it
remember
doesn't
when,
help at all. Yeah.
yeah, even when Warband like started to pick up popularity in CRPG was after it was dropped to like $20, I think it was. And then that's how I got like 10 or 15 people to play when it was like $5 on a summer sale. I was like, "Oh, try this out." And like all my cousins played it, my brother and a bunch of
Mhm.
people came and
I
tried
guess
it.
you're
So,
right. A lot of people might just play the game from the battle pass
yeah.
because of the initial price.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cuz it's
because
too.
people don't pay that much for games nowadays,
No, not unless
unless like
it's.
it's like super like something super hyped up. But
Yeah. Or
yeah,
if you're rich as hell. And if that's the case, you're buying every game as it comes out and you're only playing that for a week and then moving on,
right.
right? Like you got a
Doesn't
bunch of
matter at
money, you're
that point.
playing Helldivers this week, you're going to play whatever comes out next week, So, And you know what? That's cool too. But I've noticed that a lot of players like that too are in this community and have been and have always come back to CRPG. There's people like in my old
Right.
clan and stuff that play like every new game as it comes out, and they buy all the new shit, but they still love this game and they come back to it. Most of them have told me they're not coming back till strategist, and
Ooh,
which
yeah, I've
I
seen a
tell
lot of that.
them like you're gonna be rusty and you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like they're gonna come back and look to me to lead them. Like no, you're not. I'm not the lead soldier. I suck,
Hmm.
man. I'm, I'm awful.
But
Like
yeah, I
you're gonna be
mean,
screwed.
strategist is something itself, but as I remember, like you most of the time you pass in the game is not even on strategist; it's still on battle.
Yeah,
Unless like you only want to play that and like you only log in like once in a week or
right,
twice.
right.
Usually people don't do that.
No, I mean
They
that.
want to be invested in.
Yeah,
Mm.
and you keep your character topped off and you keep getting new looms and stuff. So I was saying before though about like tournaments, I think that having any sort of event would be awesome where the rewards were not necessarily um they wouldn't actually make your character stronger. Like I initially suggested
We
loom
can just
points.
make like the tournament characters.
Yeah,
Like
well,
you,
no, I think a tournament with your
no, but
highest character would be sweet. I would love that.
mhm.
I would love every clan to field their most powerful champions and just see who has the best because that would encourage people to train and grind
Oh, that's
outside of the
fair.
tournament,
Yeah.
right? They want to
I,
level up their guy and get caught up. But I don't think the reward necessarily should be like something that would make that gap even bigger. It would actually
mhm.
be cooler if it was cosmetic. Like if we
It could
had
be like a title in game when
yes,
you log in, just
either a
like in CRPG
title.
One. That I know a lot of people just retired from eye levels just to get that title. I
Yes.
did myself, so
Just like that. Like, yeah, you could have a title in the game. You could, or you could have, a special set of armor, a special weapon, a banner, whatever. Like, it would be super cool and probably relatively easy to implement that type of stuff. And like the armor and weapons, it wouldn't be any different than what already exists in the game. It would just be cooler looking, and it would show off that oh shit, this team, these guys actually won. They're the champions, and then each whatever season, each
Mhm.
time you have a tournament, you can have a new type of reward. I think something like that would keep people coming back in large amounts because, clans, like I said, would want to improve their team base, their characters, and level them up. Um, Max in my chat is saying having a happy hour discourages playtime during non-happy hour time. I think
I
there's
guess at the
something to
beginning.
that.
Mm.
Because it's like, okay, it's not happy hour, so why would I play? I'm gonna go play some other game. Me personally, I like I said, I logged in at 5 in the afternoon or whatever because I wanted to get population going, and they came, but nobody was there to begin with because yeah, they weren't getting that bonus. I can see there's some merit to that. I think the happy hour in a way almost
Yeah,
um
there is a portion that don't want to log in if as long as it's not happy hour.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a hard question because at the same time, imagine that people just don't log in anymore. They just log in what when they want, and when they want is when there's nobody on the server.
Yeah.
And yeah, that feel a little bit off. So I don't know, like both. There's argument for both system, like not to have happy hours or yeah, or to keep it. I guess it's a hard decision.
Yeah, no, it's
Uh,
I'm not saying like get rid of it or anything like that or even change it at all, but I do think there is something to be said for that because, yeah, it does kind of incentivize you only to play during this specific time and you've seen it where people don't get on until right about 8:30, like basically right when it starts. And that happens in every region. That happens in Europe too where
yeah,
they'll be playing the few people who do want to play outside of those hours, they might play battle, but there's nobody on battle, so they're going
I guess
DTV,
most
and
of them
then
you'll yeah exactly.
you'll find them
Most of them
there
go on
until
DTV.
basically till that round is over and it's close to happy hour time. Then they may or may not go over. About half of them go to battle, and the other half stay on DTV. I usually end up on battle with in Europe, and there's like what 20 people. That's 10v10, which to me is actually a hell of a lot of fun. But I get that this game is way more fun if you have 100 versus 100. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
a whole
I
different
mean, 10
experience.
versus 10 is really it's enough for me to have fun.
Yeah, I like it. I
Um,
think the small squad battles are more realistic, to be honest, because back in the day,
mhm.
like groups of knights didn't fight in the hundreds; they fought in like the dozens. You know, it was like you got like
I
30
guess.
guys to go attack somebody's house,
Mhm.
you know, and burn their village. That's basically what was going on, like all over the place. And then eventually, like you catch those 30 guys with another 30 guys, and they'd slaughter each other in a field, and everyone's sad. Welcome to the medieval
And their
ages.
wives.
Yeah, and then all their wives are real upset, and then they
And kids. Yeah.
yeah, they all die of the plague. I don't know.
I guess one of the problems with low pop is I don't know if they removed the ranged bots. I think they did. That was one of the issue that really drove people off at the start of
Oh,
the.
the ranged
Oh, I
bots.
got rebound in your mic, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's turn you down
Okay.
a little bit.
Um,
How's that?
what was I? Oh yeah, yeah. The maps. Oh, I still hear myself. Okay,
Sorry.
okay, it's fine.
I should get
Um,
headphones.
so yeah, I still hear myself. Fuck.
That's Discord though. Let's
You
see.
think so? Do you
Yeah.
have
No,
like
it's my Discord. I can fix that.
okay.
It's on my end.
Oh yeah, and the calf bots too. Yeah, Deal is right on that. They just run around for eternity and never come back to you, try to kill you. It just really troll you. Um I
All right.
don't hear myself now.
Oh,
Oh, he's muted. Hello, hello?
yeah, I put it on push to talk, but then
Okay.
my push to talk button also makes Discord go all fucky.
Mm, well,
It's all
seems
right.
fine.
I figured
Seems fine.
it out. I fixed it. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, another issue I had is like when on low pop, you still have those massive maps, and like it takes so much time just to gather like in the middle. And I know a lot of people just want to duel, like when it's 3v3 or 4v4, and like just at that time turn people off a little bit.
Definitely.
Um,
I think if there was some way to code it in where the server would look at how many people are on the server and only select from a certain pool of maps and
yeah, that's
then
something we.
expand that as it got bigger, that would be good. That sounds like a lot of work
Oh,
though.
you're
That
yeah.
sounds like a ton of work.
um, yeah, we discussed that. I think the last podcast about like having a scrim. Yeah, scrim on low pop or whatever. Uh, Still need to be caught in. Still just an idea.
Yeah.
Um,
That's all we're doing. Bouncing ideas around.
mhm, yeah.
The other thing brought up in my chat was that Wednesday, the Siege server, their opinion is that it's less
Oh, we
active
don't hear you.
slash. Oh, sorry. See, my push to talk sucks on Discord, but the Siege Wednesday Siege or whatever, he says is less active slash fun than battle mode. He thinks it's better to just focus on battle because it's the only populated single life server in Bannerlord, in all of
is
Bannerlord.
is he playing on NA or on EU?
I believe he's a NA player, and I think that's a difference in opinion. I personally think Siege is fun as hell. I wouldn't like to play it all the time, but I do like it once a week.
We actually have the most players on Conquest. Like
Yeah,
even if I prefer battle myself, I I've learned to like a little bit Conquest more. Um, I think EU is getting a another day of Conquest, and NA still get like to stay with 1 day. It's in the discussion right now. Um, yeah, we'll see where it goes. But I know EU EU server the population goes down a little bit just because people are not as interested in battle, and having another day of conquest might uh, get a better result.
yeah, but I think
Oh, I
his
don't.
point was that that battle is a single life mode, and that's more exciting for him. I agree. I like the single life mode
Mhm.
that we bring with the regular CRPG mode. I'm a fan of that. I mean, I liked it in Counter Strike. You know that I think that's a cool ass gameplay mode. Some people it's not for them. Some people get turned off by that by having to
Oh,
wait and stuff.
your mic.
Oh, sorry. So,
uh,
so
oh,
some
I
people
guess it's fine.
some people get turned off by that. Where they have to wait their turn to come back in and respawn. Like, but personally, I enjoy that. I like the stakes that it brings. It makes every round feel engaging and exciting. Um, so I can see that that like the battle mode is like the main draw, and that's why it runs most of the week. But siege mode is definitely a nice diversion, um, and I think it brings something different to the table as a rotation. But I don't know. I mean, that's a design choice that the developers make as well. That I just have my opinions on, and I personally, I mean, I like everything we do. So
Mhm. I guess I started to like conquest a little bit more with the. I think it's there. There's like two or three maps that are much smaller, and there's like only two flags on them, and it feels more like the siege mod we had in CRPG one, which was much faster to go like to finish a map. So it didn't felt like too one sided for such a long time, and you could go on another map real fast. I think I like that more. I guess we can find a way to have like not single life, but maybe like a number of tickets
yeah, I'd
for
like
each.
that. I
I
think
think a lot of people would like that too.
yeah, because that way you're not just wasting. You can just kind of
I mean, you value more
push.
your life
Right.
than
And
yeah.
you can make it asymmetrical so that the defenders could have a little bit of an advantage depending on the map. Like, they might have more, and the attackers would have fewer, or vice versa, depending on the balance of the map.
Oh, I got Dynasty to join. Um, there's people. Alt Minibus asking if there's a second round of beta testing for Captain mode.
Oh
Well,
god, I would love
I
that.
don't really know. I think it's in the work, but since Nami has he doesn't have much time in the next 3 months, uh, and he's trying to delegate some work to other devs. Uh, for now, maybe not. Um, might not be like in the future weeks, but look around and maybe there will be one in I don't know, maybe next month. I'm not sure.
I would love that to come back, even just for another day of testing, because that game,
I
that mode
I
was
know
so
people
fun.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. All
But
the
it needs a
Ewoks.
lot of fine tuning because it was
Yeah.
definitely not balanced. There was a lot of things to abuse.
Oh, for
Uh,
sure. Yeah, I mean, if that thing was just open wide for everybody to play, it would be exploited to shit. Like everybody would be making bank. Some
yeah,
people would probably.
and there was also the issue that I think Alt Minibus it happened to him. It's like all the kills your bot's doing also goes into your character sheet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was just
That was
killing
funny.
people's KDA. Mine was already bad, so it didn't matter. I don't
I mean, if
care.
you just build like super tanky dudes, they will kill like maybe 10 dudes each of them, and you'd have like a crazy MMR, not MMR, but KDA.
Yeah.
And that the problem with that is that it kind of like it break the statistic we tried to do
Yeah,
uh,
it fucked up the
to
balance a little
keep
bit, didn't it?
balancing the mod and trying to find what's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that would need work. I mean, they could remove that, right? Playing
oh, they
that
can.
mode, just have it not connected
Yeah, it
to.
was just an issue we did not even expect to
Yeah.
be there. And
the little things you don't look over because you're doing it by yourself and you don't have a huge team of
yeah.
QA people. I mean, again, we were the QA
Oh, I don't
people.
hear you, Dara.
Oh, sorry. We were the QA people there, right? So, That's
I
why.
guess I think what's funny is that we tried that mod on the real servers, and that's why it was an issue.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to that mode getting tweaked and coming back out. Captain's mode was fun. I would love I would love like a hybrid of that too, where you know either you could like do like a DTV where people are controlling, like we talked about, control the bots to attack the guy, or
Hmm.
even a siege mode like that where most of the players have to hold points in a castle, and then only a select few players have bot armies that they
Yeah, just
command.
like Conqueror Blades. I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
played
which
that.
I played a bit of that. That was cool, but the
It
combat was
seemed pretty
stupid.
good. Oh,
The actual fighting.
I never played enough to really know if it was good.
I mean, the actual fighting in it was like Warcraft or something, or like New World. It was
Does
like
it feel a little bit more like how's it called? The game with directional from
For
Ubisoft
Honor. No, it wasn't
For
even like
Honor.
that.
Yeah,
As far as I
it
remember,
feels
it
a
was
little
like
bit
it
like
was
this.
hotkey based. It was like pressing your
Okay.
abilities 1 through 4, and that's
Okay.
what the fuck. Like I want a sword fight.
Oh, it's different. It's more like Smite, maybe
Yeah, it was like Smite. It was like World of Warcraft. It was like it was like a
a bunch of
yeah,
things at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah,
like a MOBA sort of thing.
yeah.
But
I like
conceptually, it
the
was cool.
DTV version, like the DTV where we attack each from each side. There's two teams.
Yeah, that would be
That would be
awesome.
nice.
Like Dynasty
Or just
Warriors.
like having the same thing as when there was the DTV bugs and people were in the bot team.
Yes. Yeah, and I know Nami
That's
said that was
awesome.
fun. Like he likes that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that's coming
um,
for sure.
yeah. So, is there anyone that want to talk something about the subject in chat?
Yeah, if you want to hop in
Like,
here, I mean you can type in your chat and ask questions. You can pop into my Discord, which is linked here below the
we're on the
Twitch.
Discord. We can let you join if you
Yeah,
want.
it's open. It's wide open. Get in here and troll us. Also, my mic is
Don't say
wide
that.
open
Don't say
again.
that.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I know Tenoshi's in your chat, so he might do that.
He's gonna say something. He will bring us to the dungeon.
Hey, I'll go. I'm down. Oh boy, but no,
Yeah.
I think that as far as like the mod and its life and health is concerned, I think that the players that we have, that's the player base we'll always have. Like that's our main
Mhm.
core. Our pros. These are people that have been playing for 13 years. It's not.
It's like CRPG one, like the people that stays like
Yeah,
stick around forever. Like
yeah.
they're not going away,
It's
but
not going
we
anywhere.
still we still like that. We need some meat around that.
For sure. And I agree with that, and I want that. I think that having bigger streamers exposed to the mod in particular, but even just Bannerlord would be a good thing for sure. I think every one of us can get out and post on our social medias or Reddit, like clips or whatever, anything that you find that's cool about the game or funny videos,
Hmm.
steal my commentary. I've done like 200 hours of streams where I comment and try to make it sound like a sports broadcast. Like take clips from that and just like post it up randomly, like with no context to random forums. Somebody's gonna see that and be like, "That looks cool as shit. I gotta play that." And then they get there and it'll be hard as hell and they'll get their ass kicked, but they'll be like, "How do I get
I
better?"
mean,
I think 1 in 10 people will be like, "How do I improve at that?" And those are your hardcore players, and they'll you get enough of those, and eventually it snowballs. It'll steamroll up
yeah.
into the
And if
hundreds
everyone
again.
just do one like in a while, it's still a lot because just the podcast, like the first few podcasts we did, I posted on multiple Reddit plays, and also I made videos about it on YouTube. Um, Posted it on some page and on Steam too, and it really brings some attention.
Yeah,
It did help a lot.
for sure.
Um, so yeah,
I'm,
just
yeah,
having
there's
some people post it, like there's someone that get attention to your video, like maybe that will only bring like one or two people, but like one or two people is a lot if like few people does it.
Yeah,
I know
two
like
two new
Deal is the
players
is like
is a
there's
20% increase in our player base, like on the
yeah.
EU servers. That's 20% improvement, Get that
Mhm.
every day, and before long you'll be maxed out. Now the retention is the thing, and I think that the gameplay speaks for itself, but the attitude too. That's another thing we didn't really talk about, but toxicity and attitude, like I mean, that's prevalent in all gaming, right? Most
Yeah.
of the biggest AAA games out there try to reduce that as much as they can because of that reason. They try to
It
keep
does
people
bring
from
people
talking to
together.
each other, or they police it into the ground. I mean, League of Legends has their crazy like report everyone
Mhm.
system with the judgment and the tribunal and shit. Um, and like, you know, I don't know what else to do there. Like, what else do you do? Because gamers, especially young players, are toxic. But if
They'll be edgy, like
yeah,
doesn't
everybody
matter.
wants to be edgy on the internet because there's no you know, accountability. But I don't know. I as far as us, I mean, we're such a small um we're like such a
Think
small community that we can make the difference right now ourselves. We can
right.
be better. We can not give each other shit in such a way that turns other players off, or even drives away good players that are here. I mean,
Yeah,
I,
and when you try to like, if you want to be part of the community, I feel like it's just better thing to like try to get along with other people. So, like it's a good experience for everyone.
yeah, I agree. I mean,
I
obviously,
get the Toby Vision who's asking, what do you feel between the two of you will be the highest priority for to fix the population right now? Do you have an idea for yourself? Like,
what's that?
what
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 do I
what you
think would
do
be the highest
first?
priority?
Yeah.
Hmm, I don't know. Probably some sort of either some sort of event, some sort of other like
Yeah,
holiday thing or an XP
I
thing. I
think
don't know.
it's attention we need. Just yeah.
For me, that would be the first thing that we would need to do is marketing. Like you said, like posting places made a big difference. It needs to be though consistent, and it needs to be legible. It can't just be
Mhm.
like some, where you just like say like, oh, here's a cool mod, and then people are there in the thread asking questions about it, and just nobody's responding. The thing is though, that sort of thing is a full-time paid position in most companies,
Yeah, that's
most
why
game companies.
we
Like,
need like a spot. We just need like to we do need to like open a spot and like make someone like get in that position
right,
and do
find a
only that.
volunteer to do that. I kind of like I
I mean,
would
they could
do it
work with the
myself,
community. Yeah.
except I don't know that I have the time. I can't guarantee that I'll be, right
Hmm.
now that I'd be free. If I was laid off work, if I was off for a period of time again, like a month or two or something, I will gladly step in and do that. I'm already every free chance I get, I'm in here trying to create content, like make these videos, but most so far it's just for us.
Yeah. When we stream, I like we do have some new players that hop on and they're asking what the mod is, and
Oh
I
yeah, I
think I
actually
got
just the
like
other day I had a new one. I had somebody come in that was like, "Oh, my friend recommended this game and I found your stream after searching." And I was like, "Oh my god, it's happening." I was so happy. I was like
I
telling
got
them all
about
about
like
the
10
mod and
people. Yeah, 10 people, about 10 people to try the game just from the stream.
nice.
And I don't even know about like I know people have seen my videos on CRPG, but they don't really tell if they try the game or
Right.
whatever. But maybe there was more there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, even just 1 in 10 is good. I mean, I don't know. I think it would be really good to have a dedicated position out there
Mhm.
like
I think also people don't know what they can do for the mod, and just like opening the position could like bring attention to it. And
yeah. Yeah, being like join the team, but to be
yeah,
honest, like everybody who plays this is the team already. We,
yeah,
whether
like
they
the
like it or
community
not,
is actually the ones working on the game.
we are in a way. I mean, because all the complaints in the Discord, all the arguments, all the flaming threads, every bit of drama that goes down in there
And
is literally
everyone read
just
that.
I mean, they read all that shit. I read all
Yeah,
that
they
shit.
do.
You
I
know,
do.
I'm sitting there taking it all in, and all of us are really. So we are a community and a team that are developing this together. So I mean, if your question is how do I contribute to the mod, like you already are, and just you know whatever you think may work for helping get new players, tell your friends about it. Get like train them, take them in the dual server and show them how to play, like how to fight, how to be good at
Hmm.
it. Get a feel for what class they might want to play or let them respec a few times. Um, there's a ton of people in here that are super knowledgeable about the mechanics of the game, like
Hmm.
more so than me. I mean, I find what I like and I just keep at it. I keep bashing my head against it until I get better. Um, I'm still
Oh,
not.
there's one thing too. Like I've seen a lot of new players on the server recently, and like they don't have clans.
Yeah,
Um, and that's something that was like unusual. I feel like because they didn't have clans for like maybe for the week actually that I've seen them on, and I felt like just having them join a clan will have maybe changed their if they stayed or not,
definitely. And I remember in the
because they're part of
first,
the community and it really helps to like form some bonds and
for sure.
with other people and finding purpose on the game.
Yeah, well, I think that in CRPG one, clans were very. It felt like elite. It felt like you had to work to get invited to a clan. Like I didn't just get in one. Like I had to play for several months and get noticed by some people before anybody would want me in one. But now it's like we're just ostensibly just various groups like teams that are in the same basic boat. I mean, we're all
Hmm.
really we're kind of all friends. We act like we're dicks to each other, and some of the clans don't get along, but it feels like everybody's friends. I'm in
We
like
still
every
talk
clan
together. We
Discord.
still talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's cool. So it doesn't really matter which one you're on. It's just join a team and let them walk you through it. So if you're new to the mod, yeah, like you see somebody on that you respect that fights well that you think is cool, like maybe ask them about joining their clan. Literally just a matter of clicking the clan tab at the top in the website and hitting
Hmm.
apply, and they'll put you in there, and they'll give they have armory sharing now, so you can use their +3 weapons and armors. You can you know I don't know, you can
I guess
communicate in your own discords, stuff like that.
I
um
guess people just have to wing new players a little bit more. Like take attention to who's joining and try to get them to like to join their clan. Or well, I got like I think three new players in Evan. I think like two of them were not even Evan for like 2 weeks. It was just like just giving them direction and just them being in the Discord and talking with us. Like I think it was a big difference for them.
yeah.
And I was like open to them to join whatever they feel like, and yeah.
Well, yeah, Haven, I mean, Haven's awesome. It's like super friendly. Um,
Mhm.
so like, I mean, yeah, they're like they're awesome. I don't know. I love hanging out in that Discord. So
Thank you.
that's the thing. Yeah, any of the clans though that I've seen, like EU
Yeah.
or NA, like have.
Or just like we get people to join Booze and Battle,
Hmm.
which like it's a pretty good event because like half the server is on that Discord, and I think that is really fun for new players to see that and to see that the community is bonding together so well. So yeah, I mean I have people in there on that day that I don't really have this the same vision as them, and when we're in chats, totally different. We all have fun.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. It's always a good time in there. Um,
Mhm.
a lot of good natured ribbing going on, but still a generally good time. Very little, a lot less drama these days than what it seemed like in CRPG
Mhm.
one. People trying to mess with each other like real bad back then, but also I guess the stakes were higher with strategists, and maybe that'll come around again. I don't know. That kind of stuff, though, I think will also be really good for content and for drawing people to either playing the game or at least just watching it, because that, I mean, that has that EVE Online level of like, mind games and politics and all that stuff that was going on, and that, I mean,
Right.
that's fun. That stuff's a lot of fun in gaming.
I got Jesus is Lord saying we should allow any players to join battle mode on Wednesday when it's Conquest.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
my response to that is that with the population we have right now, it's just impossible. Otherwise, that will be like an option. I don't think it will be a problem, but just like dividing the population for that event, uh, which bring a lot of new players because Conquest we've seen like that it's pretty good to get new players. We don't want to split on that day. It's not a good idea. So
yeah,
maybe the population get better when they will be able to choose between conquest and battle, but not right now.
yeah. I mean, if we have 50 plus players all day long, I
Yeah,
don't see
that's
why we
something
wouldn't
else.
have both servers open. We'd have a
Like
DTV, a
that
battle, and a
will be a
conquest.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have all the options. I mean, you want more options, right? I mean, it'd be more fun. But yeah, we need to have, like 1,000 people that concurrently
I mean,
playing at all times to
yeah,
do
we'd
something
be
like
up to
that.
have like 10 different server with different game modes, but like if we don't have the population to do it, it's not really worth it. And it also costs server. Well, it has server cost to it. So
Yeah. But if you had that many players, I think that wouldn't be as much of an issue. It'd probably be easier to
no,
get $1 out
no.
of like 5% of those people. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been donating to the servers for this for
Right now, it will just be like wasted money and also like shooting us ourselves in the foot.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. And it does suck though. It's a shitty situation, especially if you don't enjoy the siege mode. The only thing I can say is treat it like a training, and just go in and respawn as often as you can
yeah.
and try to get as many kills. And
And with the free respect you have for like because right now I don't know if everyone is aware of that, but you can respect for uh when you respect, you have a free respect for 12 hours. So you can respect as many times as you want. And if you play Conquest, I feel like it's a good mode to like try a lot of builds. Uh, and between that time frame, you just respect and it costs nothing.
wait, you have 12 hours to respec multiple times?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know
I mean,
that. Oh, I thought it
yeah.
was
Well,
once and then within 12
now you
hours you
know.
can.
The more you know.
Yeah, holy crap.
So yeah, as soon as you respect, you have like 12 hours where it costs nothing to respect, and after that, like it goes up like super high,
Yeah.
and then it takes a week to get down to zero.
Yeah, so once a week. So basically
Once a week,
every Wednesday you could
exactly.
sit there
So
and
that's what
respec
I
a
do
bunch.
usually.
Oh, man.
I test
Yeah.
builds on Conquest.
Then I got to buy a bunch of gear though. I just
Yeah,
spent
well, yeah,
what
the gear is not free though.
I just bought like 15 maces. I was going through maces last night trying to
Oh
figure
my
out which.
god,
I don't know if you noticed. I was running around with a
you're
different
gonna be
mace.
the Bob of maces.
Yeah.
Bob the skeleton has like I don't know, like he has like 5 swords that are like +3 looms.
Oh
Like,
man.
or I think it's even more. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's
Well,
looming all the swords.
I mean I have the one loomed. That's probably all I'm gonna stick with. The one-handed swords are there are a few cool ones, but I have
Mhm.
mine. But I want to pick out one good mace, and yeah, I just bought a bunch of them, and I'm trying to figure out which one. Whenever I get the Christmas loom points back, I got 6 points coming back to me because I have the
Oh yeah.
friggin' Christmas shield and the candy cane loomed.
Oh my god, you have both of them.
I loomed both of them on like day one of the patch because I'm a meme lord and I thought it would be funny. And then here we are 3 months later. I've still got a candy cane loomed in the clan armory. Nobody touches. It's just rotting. Just like real candy canes. You leave them on your counter, they just sit there. Nobody eats it.
Yeah, well, I think many people will have expected it to be like gone after 2 weeks, at
Yeah.
least 2 weeks
That's
in
what I thought. I
January.
thought I was getting those points back right away. It's like, no, Namidak is like,
You'll get
nah.
them back at some point, but I mean,
I kind of want to keep the gingerbread shield. I honestly, I
yeah.
love that fucking thing.
Imagine if like at each Christmas or like if every events like that, you can buy the item and never come back. It just like, but they just make like another version of that shield,
Yeah.
like the gingerbread shield. They just make another logo on it, and like the ones you have is like only you and the people that were there at that moment.
Right. Yeah, I would like it if I like got to, if you loomed it, you get to keep it, but at
Like
the
it's
same
just a
time,
version of like a shield that already exists in the
yeah.
market,
I
in the
mean, it
shops.
basically is. Stats wise, it's the same as a large round. It's just a little bit less
Oh,
durable
see, yeah. Okay,
and
well,
a
I
little
guess if it
lighter.
was exactly the same stat, wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. Which
Just to
they can
keep them
make it the same.
around.
It wouldn't bother me if they made it the same stats. I don't really care. I
Hmm.
like the way it looks. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I do too. The
But
gingerbread is pretty nice.
yeah, no, it's super cool. Then the
I
candy
have
cane though, that's too slow for me.
I have some people that like the cane. Well, the two end cane, I think,
Yes, the
or the
two-handed cane
four.
is brutal. That thing does
That's
sick
sure.
damage.
Yeah,
But the one-hander, it's too slow and it doesn't do enough damage. Like I'd rather have something speedy with a little reach.
I got Atobi in the chat asking, do you think combat speed should be slower, or do you think it's fine now? How about Horse Archer? Are they OP? Uh, I think I'm biased a little bit about Horse Archer, so I guess I prefer not to say anything, except like maybe I lost a lot in the last patch. It's much harder this patch to play. Um, yeah, in general. But otherwise, for combat speed, I think I'm not sure because I'm not playing melee at all. Do you have anything to say about this, Delro, for combat speed?
Yeah, well, I mean, so I like it. I like it moving fast. I like having athletics have a big impact on speed. I like seeing the difference between a really slow strength build and a agi build being able to sprint away from them. I think that's great.
Mm.
But I also think that there are things that agi can get and do that makes, in the hands of a skilled player, makes them nigh invulnerable, right? Because they can manually block any strike. So they can not only run away and kite everybody, but they can be invincible in a 1v1 because they know how to block. Damn
Yeah.
it, Pentaboo, redeeming push-ups right now. Hold on. I'm in the middle of a thought. um they so I agree that, something needs to be done about that. Also, the backpedaling speed might be a bit much. I have trouble catching anybody who has like more than 21 agility, you know, and they're moving backwards and I'm forwards at a full sprint and I can't catch them. I mean, there's definitely something wrong there. They can outdistance me and hit me with their super long pole arms. So yeah, I agree with maybe reducing that a little further. Maybe the sidestepping and backpedaling speed. Um, I know in Warband and in Native and stuff, there is a much greater acceleration time, like between when you start slowly jogging and then sprinting.
Mhm.
It does seem like in CRPG 2, it's like
Oh, they buffed it. Yeah,
instant.
they
I mean,
did.
yeah, you barely have any delay between that. And
I guess it
maybe
could be nerfed a little bit, but not be as much as in native.
right. Right. I wouldn't like
Um,
it. I don't like the long
I
build
kind
up
of
to
do
that.
like the acceleration, but I'm playing Agi myself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, then and
I
I
think
think
that the reason I like it's more because like actually the meta right now is to play strength, and okay. Yeah, so the meta is to play strength right now. I'm not sure because if it's still like this, but I know like strength is very strong at the moment. Having something like acceleration, speed, beep onto agility, and like be able to play like this is still interesting because you're super weak to projectiles anyway, which is the big weakness of going agile.
yes,
Um,
and then it
so
leads to complaints where ranged is overpowered.
yeah, exactly. If you nerf agi, you buff range.
You do,
So
yeah.
it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Getting
Um,
shot in the
no,
foot.
I feel like having more ways to play melee and having acceleration be part of it to like have a greater more builds to play around with. That's a great thing. Also, it make me be agility more viable. It's not just viable; it's playable, but like it's more on the line of the power of playing strength. It's I feel like it can be annoying, but at the same time, if you want to like fight against those players, you might want to go a more balanced build if you still like to play strength. But yeah, I guess you have to find your like the best place to be in your build, like how to balance it. If you just go strength, I mean, there will be weakness with it.
Right. And, I do agree somewhat that there may be something to be said about having like bringing back strength requirements for certain armors and stuff too, because
Yeah,
agi players in with max riding in heavy full plate,
I mean,
riding a horse at like Mach 3 across the battlefield is a bit ridiculous. You
we
know,
could nerf agi if we nerf like like super people with full plate. Like I don't know if that will be in the form of making them slower or like to have an impact on weapon proficiency, which I feel will be maybe better, especially for range, because range is really weird in the moment. At the moment, having full strength archer with tin can gear is a little bit special.
yeah, no, it's
I
it's
don't
a
know how
little
I feel
silly.
about this one, but uh,
Well,
yeah,
didn't it used to be like in CRPG 1 where if you had a
yeah, there
helmet
was
on
something.
or gloves on or basically the more weight you had
It
on, the
was
more
super punitive.
your aim would
Yeah.
get fucked up, right?
Oh yeah, and not just a little bit.
And that doesn't happen anymore.
No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's
Especially if
silly.
you're. I will repeat myself, but especially if you're on horse, like you don't get slower if you're on horse and playing tin can with a bow or a
Oh
crossbow
yeah.
or
Then
like
that's
whatever.
something that can definitely get
Like
worked on.
you do have less accuracy when you're going full speed with your mount, but like when you're staying in place, you don't get any almost no negative from your from wearing plates, and that's a little bit of an issue right now.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe like reducing the aim when you're not moving with your horse for horse archer and whatever other range on horse, and or otherwise like reduce the weapon proficiency depending on the weight you have. Could be a nice thing too. So I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't play. I've never played horse archer, especially, but I very rarely played any sort of ranged class except throwing. Um, I did always like that throwing was pretty inaccurate, like especially well now it's like super inaccurate and it's
Mhm.
almost impossible to play at all in a hybrid form.
I feel like weight affecting accuracy will be better because it will fix like all the range class at the same time. While like I was talking about the horse archer, when you're not moving, it doesn't apply. Oh, nice! I got one subscriber. Thank you, Rotfeast.
Nice.
Um, yeah. Um, yeah. I was thinking just like reducing weapon proficiency might be the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um the Jesus is Lord says heirlooming feels unbalanced when ranged weapons get 6 heirloom possibilities, 3 on bow and 3 on the quiver, and melee only gets 3. Is that true? I didn't realize that. I guess you
It
can loom
is.
the ammo and the
It,
weapon.
I mean, if you look at my gear, I have
Mhm.
3 sets of arrows. Each are different, and each are +3.
Oh man.
and
Well, that might be a
I have
little
the bows
unbalanced.
too. I mean, it's 12 looms just for my weapon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But is that really an increase? I mean, that's now loom points that you don't get to spend on armor or
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, on your horse or whatever,
It,
you
it
know.
is it is harder. I think there was people talking about maybe removing the looming from quivers. Uh, I don't know if it's a good option still. That's something we need to debate.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, for me, it's like it gives more reason to play and try to reach, like trying to get all my gear loomed, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's a long journey, you know.
See,
Um,
it gives you more reasons
yeah,
to grind and more reasons to come back to the game. So, yeah, why not?
yeah.
Maybe give like 6 loom slots to every item and every every weapon, you know?
I
Make
mean,
it
if you play like infantry, you have to like loom your shield and
yeah.
your one end. It's only like the two enders that don't have to do that. But actually, if you like, there's a way to play two enders that you like bring a pike in your back, like a short pike, and you can insta brace cavalry, and so you can like maybe loom that too, or you can even loom like a triangular spear, which throwing spear, which a lot of people did in CRPG one. I don't think people do that right now, but like
Yeah. But
it's
you can
pretty
stab
good.
with
Like
that or throw
you
it.
just get your triangular throwing spear. You don't have any points in it, but you can like counter one cavalry coming at you with that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I tried that the other day actually at Max's
It's weird,
suggestion
but
and
it's possible.
it was it was tough with the state of throwing right now. It was hard to even hit Axonon
Hmm.
when he was coming headlong at me. I was still whiffing. It's like zero weapon proficiency will do it too.
Hmm.
But but yeah, I mean I don't know. I wouldn't even begin to be able to speak on balance when it comes to like loom points because I,
I
you
feel
know,
like most class has more than one weapon to loom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people do. I mean, you got your full set of armor, and then yeah, more than one weapon, a mount if you ride a horse. And don't forget that looming most things makes it more expensive, so your upkeep increases per round. If you're using heirloomed armor and heirloomed weapons and shit, like that costs a lot per round, you know?
Alt Bus is saying the triangular spear on Donkey is a little bit too strong. To be honest, I nerfed a Kliwa before that, but yeah, maybe we'll think about it. We'll think about it.
There any chance of increasing the max XP bonus for retiring? I would have to retire a couple times without bonus XP to get a full +3 set. I think I think as it stands it's pretty good, but you do have to retire. I mean, I would just hit Gen 9 and I'm only now starting to feel the
The increase in
yeah, the
XP.
increase in the XP bonus. I will say that if you do like I think it was at my 3rd generation, I went up to 33 and I mean that took a couple of months. But it was worth
Mhm.
it because when I retired at 34 and I got like 6 points or whatever, 6 or 9 points, I got a shitload of points that way. You get extra loom points for retiring at higher
34.
levels.
Yeah,
I think it was 34. I might have been 33.
it's eight. It's eight. Yeah.
Yeah, I got basically a bunch of points that way. And that's what I spent on Christmas. That was my Christmas bonus to myself is I loomed
Nice.
meme weapons. Um, but I mean, it'll be worth it whenever those come back to me, or if I decide to reforge them. But I
Mhm.
don't want to spend that
It's
much right
actually
now.
pretty easy if you play DTV2, gain money.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you get a little bit from that grind,
Oh
but
my god, I farmed so much to reforge my gear.
dude, DTV is too hard for me now. We haven't won a single time, and I think the furthest we made
Oh,
it was yesterday.
really?
We got to the dwarves, the dwarf wave, which is like the second to last wave, and we lost, and then our reward was lost. It's like
And
fuck you, Yelder.
it's always at that wave.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the bug with it. They're fully aware of it, but
Oh yeah,
like
I'm sure they're
we
doing it on
always
purpose.
lose the reward on
The
that
money just
wave.
goes straight
My
in the
god.
Lemon's account.
Oh yes, that's probably what happened.
Right.
I will have to investigate a little bit.
He's in my chat, or he was earlier. If you're still there, Lemon, let me know if that's true.
No, the reward don't come later, Bjorn. It's lost. Yeah, it's like I don't know if the reward is not reaching the server, or there might be a lot of things that can happen. I don't I don't know anything about it, how it works.
Mm. Oh, I see what he's saying. The bonus XP stops at Gen 16. So to get a full set, you would be short like 3 generations if you use 2 weapons with full looms. I
Yeah,
see.
I mean, I myself I'm Gen 25, I think. So like, if I want to loom everything, I didn't stop at
Yeah,
Gen
you kept
16.
retiring it
Though
after.
what I did is at Gen 16 I level up my main, and I have alt character that I retire at level 31. I don't
Yeah.
want to retire my high level character.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
that's the other thing to take note of is you can share the
Also, Dill,
looms
don't do
between
that.
your.
Dill want to retire at level 36.
Yeah. Well,
What an insane man.
I would do that. I would totally do
No,
that.
don't do that. Oh my
I
god.
mean, why not? It'd be fun.
if you
Well,
if you need help, call Axton on.
somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to be that guy. I No, I mean I like that it gives you that we have the choice, you know, you can kind of choose how you want to play and how you want to invest in the grind. I was talking to a coworker and he was talking about how he plays this like old Korean game. It's like a mod of an old game that's basically Lineage, but it's not Lineage. But
Mhm.
it's from the 90s and it has 1,000 levels. It's like you go you grind from level 0 to 1,000 and
Okay,
it's insane. It sounds completely. It's like the amount of XP. It's like in
it's
the
something you don't
billions.
reach. You don't
Huh?
like. It's not something you reach. It's
No,
just
but
like a
people.
wall up there.
But these guys have been playing it since then, even, and they do. They get that level. They
Oh
get that
yeah,
high in the
nice.
game, and it's like some weird obscure game. And I'm saying that like an endless XP grind is cool to some people, you know,
Mhm.
and fun. I mean, it gives you a goal. It gives you a reason
Well, that's why it's
to strive for.
exponential, because like you can still grind, but at some point, like the time invested is not as worth. Like
Yeah,
you don't get as much, and it's perfectly fine because it's some ways to balance people that plays too much
yeah,
compared to the majority. But yeah,
that's true.
uh, and those players will like just like myself and many others. Like we still have those goals in mind, and that doesn't stop us. Like that's the reason we keep playing, because those goals exist.
Yeah, no, it's true. My chat says we all play too much. Yeah, I guess that's true too. But I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's a good game, right? And that's what we want to bring to people. That's what people hopefully will eventually see about this is that the grind like that exists here is more fun than the kind that you're doing in Call of Duty because honestly, the Call of Duty shit doesn't ultimately matter. Like you grind for those whatever seasonal rewards and they're all the same. Like everybody's the same. Like for us, if you play more time in the game, your character does get better. It gets cooler looking. It gets more powerful than other people when they first come to the game. Like that's friggin' sweet. Uncapped leveling would be awesome, but there is apparently an issue with it where it crashes the
Oh,
game.
it can be uncapped. Like it's just that they didn't take the time for it because,
Yeah.
well, why?
Yeah, why it would
Because
take
no one
forever.
is close to it.
Well, I think he said that
Um,
if you get over 38, it crashes the server. Is that right?
when
Like
once you get to 38, it crashes server.
yeah, it crashes the whole game. So basically, if somebody gets beyond 38, they'll win the game because they can just end the game for everybody else. So
See, there's something more toxic than playing
yeah,
horse archery.
that's the
Just play
ultimate
level
goal.
38.
The ultimate goal in CRPG is that if you hit the end game and you're the first one there, you get to destroy the whole game for everyone else, and no one gets to play it ever again. So that's pretty cool. Let's do that. Just make an
One day, one day.
animation of your guy like just going ah
There
nuclear
was someone
explosion.
there's someone level 37, I think.
Really?
And
Who's 37?
I think it was No Woman's Sky.
Oh, really? In this
But
game?
I don't know if they're playing still.
I was gonna say, didn't they? They were
Yeah,
a
I think
CRPG
I
one
remember
player.
them getting to 37, which was like it's crazy.
No way.
I don't know why they did that.
I thought No Woman's Sky was Hot Mini Boss, to be honest. Then again, I think
Nah,
any player, everybody is that person. I
Omni
think that's
Bus
the
is
same
too
person
strong
as like every
to be
player.
that game. Yeah, he was from Asia, I think. Anyway.
Okay. Well, shit, 37 is quite an achievement. I mean,
I wish one day,
yeah,
maybe.
we can all be there eventually. Get to it. Get back to playing CRPG. I mean, that's my plan. Although actually, I think well, if she's still up, my daughter wanted to play more Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we can end it because the happy hour is starting anyways.
Yes, it is. It is
In
that
3 minutes.
time.
It's CRPG time, guys.
CRPG time now.
Yeah, no more watching. All right, no more watching.
No,
More playing.
now
More
time for
playing.
time for playing. No, seriously though,
No
Axe,
touching grass too. No.
thank you for being here and for suggesting we do this today because this was good. I hopefully it was productive, kind of an interesting conversation at least. I
So
mean,
we'll be posting it on the Discord under the general long form. We have a discussion for the podcast,
oh
and
yeah,
if you want to talk about what was said here, it's a good place to do it. Also, if you want to clip some things in the podcast, you will be able to find it on my Twitch page, like all the podcasts, and you can clip it right from there, I think. And you can like post whatever you want, like on feedback or whatever. And
yeah. Once again, thank you all for watching. Have a great night.